Ho! It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? They're off using their chromosomes for mosquitoes to make dinosaurs. Dino DNA. I am Billy at the _swan_man on Twitter, repping for the Army of Snarkness show at Army of Snarkness, also on Twitter, like the Facebook page for Army of Snarkness, and download all of our shit on Facebook, Stitcher, and Spreaker! Please. Tuesday night. This is Night Drive, what up? Fresh off an April Fool's holiday, air quotes, not really considered a holiday. Sorry, Dave. I don't know anybody that considers it a holiday except Marty from, Slaughter High, and that movie is awesome. Get informed! Golly whiz bang. Hope none of you got made a fool, and if you did, you deserved it, probably. I did not. How the fuck am I gonna fall for bacon scope? Like, seriously. Ugh. What properties, what mint? That make my mouth feel dirtier, and my mouth is disgusting on average. So, come on. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting no bacon juice in my mizzle. Yes, the cleansing properties of bacon fat. Anything that was like, any candy, like the wife showed a picture of Warhead's bacon flavor, although it has not been debunked. I'm going to go ahead and assume it is, because one of the little label bursts on the label for the packaging said, made with real grease. I'm like, no, there's no tallow candy being passed around here, at least not being called tallow candy on its face. They hide that shit. They call it cream filling. Or what have you. But so, you know, pretty lame April Fool's Day as far as those go, I suppose. Really cool to see all the past WrestleManias, because we've already had WrestleMania by now in, you know, past years. But weird thing is, WrestleMania, when it happens, is never really determined on a set schedule like 3 weeks after X, Y, or Z. There's no, I mean, it's just around spring. After Easter? So maybe it's the weekend after Easter? Is that the thing? Anybody? Bueller? I don't know. WrestleMania week? Fuck yeah! There's a lot of things going on other than WrestleMania, believe it or not. I can't. So I'll regale you with that. I'm trying to push away the WrestleMania love until the last moment, so that I can, you know, it'll be more before the show and more, I don't know, whatever. Timely. There you go. Word math. Driving. Word math. Make the brain go bobo. So tonight, I shall regale tale of one of the movies that I'm going to see this weekend, that opens this weekend, of course. Old car, awesome. 2 movies that I have a long history with are either being rebooted or re-released. Jurassic Park being re-released in 3D and in some theaters 2D, which is what I'm hitting. Don't want to puke in terror. And the Evil Dead remake, requel, reboot, something by Fede Alvarez. A lot of talk, supposedly a female lead, but all the buzz is very positive. And they have a very high, you know, the bar is set very high. It's a much beloved film. It's almost akin to remaking Ghostbusters, especially for Billy. Ghostbusters being a #1 Duke in New York, Evil Dead's not far behind in most things. Evil Dead guy, man. I'm a Jurassic Park guy, too. I love Jurassic Park as much as it horrified me. So we shall talk about the island. I can't do music. Jurassic Park. Now, I've long told the tale of how I saw it the first time, being a sneak preview down at the old Movies 9 off of Man of War with the peeps. Did not know what the hell it was about, and don't really remember exactly how we had tickets, except maybe a radio contest? Or they just bought them? But it was a sneak preview, which it was like on a Thursday night. Not sure if it was at midnight or 10, maybe 8. It was one of those things. It was a sneak premiere. This is the days before the internet was, you know, commonplace. Cell phones didn't really have a place either. I mean, you know, they printed it, you went. There's not much, you know, it's a lot easier to surprise people with motion picture secrets and whiz-bang awesome stuff like that. People didn't know Batman was going to get paralyzed or Superman was going to die until a week before it was released, and that was only to hype the issue. So, Excellent stuff. A lot easier to catch people off guard. So, went and saw it. Utterly horrifying experience for me. Well, not in the worst way, because again, it has that fantastic John Williams score. You come out feeling triumphant in the end. If you survived, of course, the thrills and chills that Jurassic Park had to offer. But it was a non-stop mayhem for a small boy. At 6 years old, it's fucking chaos. Chaos theory. But after that, you get over it and you go see it at the drive-in 1,000 times. You get the toys for your birthday. It was dope. So yeah, I bought wholesale. I was in the head to toe. If it wasn't Batman, it was probably Jurassic Park clothing that I was wearing, and hell yeah, had all the toys to a point. And the weird thing about the toys is they never got better with age; they actually got worse. Like Lost World, I did a little more concerted effort to collect smartly as opposed to just haphazardly collecting. I was a little older, I was about 11 when Lost World came out, and so I knew the game and layaway. I would lay whole waves away knowing full well how the release cycle was starting. I was maturing into the hideous abomination of a toy collector you see before you today, or hear before you today. But at 6, I didn't fucking know, you pick up the dinosaur. You didn't have Dilophosaurus, I didn't see it on the shelf, it didn't exist. I would like it to. Shit like that. And I didn't really get the big full-size T-Rex that chewed the figures. I got the junior T-Rex that you took the giant piece of steak off, which is actually more accurate in scale, and the coloring is better, because that was a deep red on the chewy one. So, I was an Alan Grant fan, man. I had Alan Grant, Tim, and Ellie. Those were the action figures of normal people. Oh, and, of course, the worthless, what's his nuts? Not Mr. Arnold. Fuck! The Australian fuck that knows everything about velociraptors except when it comes to actually fighting them. Idiot. Clever girl. No, not really. Lex, they didn't make, or they made, I think she came with the actual Fortress playset, and later on they made, like, Action Jackson, John Hammond, and Ian Malcolm, but I basically, first wave, this is when toy releases, waves were released about once every quarter, or you'd get a wave and a half, and then, the next wave wouldn't come until... They sort of do that now, it just depends on how the scheduling goes, but that's not interesting. Long and short of it, I just had Tim and Ellie, Dennis Nedry, awesome, shitty shotgun man whose name I forget at the moment, and then, Alan Grant, and T-Rex, and the Jeep, and all that cool shit. That was a cool wave, not as cool as Aliens, although they're same, made by Kenner, and so they were kind of interchangeable, which was awesome. And I got into the Dino Tracker series where they made up characters, and that was cool, because they had a guy that had all the weapons, and he had it was Muldoon, worthless shocking guy. He had a similar sculpt to Muldoon, he had a Muldoon hat, but it wasn't the same head sculpt. But he was wearing a vest that was made of a dinosaur face, and considering I found dinosaurs utterly terrifying / exciting, I loved that. I loved that figure. Dino Tracker, badass dude. Every head to toe in leather. He was like Nega Dr. Grant, which was cool. Negaduck! And so, the phenomenon, very big with children my age. They hoped Congo would have the same thing. It did not. My story of Congo, of course, being that Bruce Campbell was in the trailer. He turns around, and I'm like, oh shit. Ash is in this movie, and he's fighting evil monkeys. We have to see it. And I saw it on a double bill with Jurassic Park, and no, it was bullshit. No, that movie sucked. They had the Burger King watches. I got the one toy I thought was based off of Bruce Campbell. It turned out it wasn't, because for many years I was on a quest for an Ash figure, and I was like the only kid my age that would be doing such a thing until, about 10 years later, when everybody's got an Ash figure now, shit, of all varieties, and it's a good time to be an Ash fan, especially with this Evil Dead thing coming up. And then, the Lost World came out, and as I said, I smartly collected those, and they started adding bizarre paint decos to everything, very brightly colored, stupid, made-up camouflage. And then by Jurassic Park 3, it was just a hot mess of horse shit. And the toys were, too. So was the movie, yeah! But that's falling off the tail of bullshit Lost World and its stupid fucking ending. But after that, the dino craze sort of, went out. And one thing that gave me chills about T-Rex that started this madness, because, I didn't get, utterly petrified after the movie. I was really into the adventure and stuff. I had the toys and the fucking clothing. I have a giant poster, still do, of T-Rex, rocking it. But for some reason, the Super Bowl ad for Lost World, the Something Has Survived spot, just got me. With the paw print in the mud, and then, the ripples in the water, and there's not one, but two T-Rexes, and it was in the rain, and dark, and fucked me up. So much so that when I was a little older in, middle school, and you go to Gaddy Town to play the Lost World game, because fuck yeah, shoot some dinosaurs, it has that opening on the game, and I was like, made me ghibli, and for some reason, it just stuck. There was no new media really coming out. Jurassic Park 3 came out, and I was like, It was too hokey to take seriously. There was no imagery worth giving a fuck about. But something about, that Lost World trailer and the T-Rex and the thing, I don't know. The growl and the rain-slick evil face of something that I, wasn't petrified so much of as a kid after seeing it. It just evolved into its own thing. I got into my head about it. And so that just became a default. I'm petrified of this. This being T-Rex. From Jurassic Park. Other T-Rexes are horseshit. King Kong's T-Rex, fuck him. He gets his jaw busted. Puss! But it just turned into a meme, and somewhere along the line, it grew on itself. And it's purely in my own head, which is bizarre, but that's fear. Fear is the mind killer, is it not? Do some quick sets, had a wreck! Sue! Jimmy Legs, yeah. It went all the way up until it was, the unknown fear is something I do not really talk so much about back then, except to people I really trusted, and went all the way to college, where, me and my girlfriend, we go to Universal Orlando, and I gotta man up and get over this fear. Can't be a wimp in front of the dames. You want sex tonight. Don't be petrified of the puppets, and maybe it'd be good for, the thought was it'd be good for me to face it head on with animatronic reality. There he is. It's the one the one that stops you in your tracks every time. Let's see if we can do this and get over it. So, we gave it the old college try. And when the Orlando Studios thing, the most terrifying part of the ride was the fact that there was a really fat dude sitting next to us, and the roll bar was for his gut, while I was too small. So once we go down, it's a water ride, so it goes down and into the waterfall, and water. Once it did that, I was free-floating briefly in the dark, and I was like, no! So the photo for the scare shot reaction to the T-Rex puppet at the end, the Coupe de Gracie, everyone's looking up in wonder at, the T-Rex puppet, like, oh no! And I'm looking down, holding on to dear life to this roll bar, because I did not want to drown, or worse, be crippled and be stuck, much like the news story of the guy being stuck, the paraplegic being stuck in the quadriplegic. Paraplegic? He's missing limbs. I don't remember how many. Pretty sure it's 4, though. Quadriplegic? Chevy Nova? Getting stuck in the Small World ride? On a loop? Yeah. Like that, but with fucking dinosaurs? In black water, which is a problem for me? It's just nope. Just darkness and wetness and near drowning and T-Rex and raptors and nope. That'd be that is hell. It's after getting over this, but no, I survived the water raft and I come out and and it has the triumphant music. I'm like, fuck yeah! I wanna fuck something! I didn't piss myself. And I was fully prepared to, too. I was just warning, I might shit my pants in terror. And so I was over it for a real long time until the You're the Man Now dog meme brought up a lenticular, the fake 3D thing where you have two GIFs and you merge them together just slightly, so it's and I had my speakers all the way up because I was hearing, the Cake song. And I click on this one, it's unexpected. Just no! I literally jumped out of my skin and ass and everything and run across the loft, afraid of the computer box and the demon inside. But I had to muster up the courage to run back and hit it with its own keyboard to tell it, fuck you! I was legitimately pissed off and damn near broke my PC because of what it had done to me, how it had betrayed me in such a way. Fuck you, Vio. And I was like, I'm not over it. And that led to about now, where, they announced it, and thankfully I hadn't seen it on IMAX or anything, or in the theaters. I hadn't seen, the big thing was G.I. Joe Retaliation. I was like, oh shit, I'm watching it in 3D. I'm gonna get a trailer. This'll prepare me we're doomed. Because I am seeing it. Andrew texted me, my good buddy, and he's like, hey, do you want to go see the movie? And I'm not going to wimp out. Fuck no. Besides, I got over it on the Johnson's TV, so why not? Let's do it for real! In the theater! Go back to the island. Plus, I'd had a year to prepare. Twitter leaked this story last summer that Jurassic Park was coming back in a big bad way in 3D. Big re-release, and it is. I think it's going to knock out of the park, take G.I. Joe out like a bitch, followed closely by Evil Dead. Well, not closely, but followed by Evil Dead. Boom. Jurassic Park, Evil Dead, and then probably G.I. Joe. That's my box office prediction. Boom. That doesn't matter. Who fucking cares? So, you know, I heard the trailer on over-the-air TV, and I was like, no. I look at the Wi-Fi cover up for a second, and I ignored one trailer. But it was once every half hour is the loop it runs on. So I was like, no! I yell at the TV. I'm like, fuck you! You don't beat me! You are fiction and lies! And I am better than this! And I pulled the Kevin McAllister whole thing of like, you know, I'm not afraid anymore! And I just, you know, pried my eyes open like, give it what you got, motherfucker! And survived one commercial over the air on TV. And then it turned into a mild annoyance because they play it every 30 minutes. So I'm just like, yeah, I know. That and the fact that it's a movie I've seen many, many times. So now it's like beating the beats that I already know are coming and just like repeating them. Like, fuck, god damn it. Like, so now I'm in a state of complacency and I'm just excited to see it and, you know, hear it and feel it on the big screen in a nice throwback kind of way. The fear seems to have almost completely diminished. At least as far as this goes, but who knows? I'll be sure to report to you guys on that later, in tears and with honesty. Honesty is the truth. Honesty is the truth. Good fucking job, idiot. Honesty is key in building this relationship that we share. Makes it interesting, makes it compelling, makes it, I don't know, listenable? Who knows? Maybe you do. G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe? I already saw G.I. Joe. I lambasted that last night. Fuck. Yes. That's Jurassic Park. That's Jurassic Park with some seasoning. It's coming out this weekend. I'm going to be there, and I will be sure to tell you, hit or miss, whether I, you know, survive or turn into a blubbering mass of just pathetic goo. At least I'm married, so I can, you know, guilt sex my wife. But that's all there is for tonight. There is no more. Ha! I am Billy at _spawn_man on Twitter, repping for the Army of Snarkness, but you heard all that. Like the Facebook page, drop me a line, and if you follow me, you might hear about what the fuck I was talking about. Be sure to download all of our good shit, all of our shows, Army of Snarkness podcast. It's a coming soon. Why do you keep saying that? Because I need an XLR to 1/4-inch cable, you fucks. You want to buy one? Because I'm the one out of income here. On this adventure, thank you. Or maybe there's someone that wants to hit me up on PayPal. But that's shameless. I've done it so far, but quit your bitching. Faceless goon in my mind. But that wraps her up. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Smells like for cinnamon. Peace!